Hi, I'm Jim Prince from Fixed Risk Known Cost, and today we're going to look at the Euro dollar US dollar forex pair. So the EURUSD forex pair. This is a daily chart of this pair, and what I want to point out here is, of course, this double bottom that has taken shape. One of the things about this double bottom is that it formed on divergence. If I look at these lows over here and I were to draw a line here, it angles down slightly. So this is a slightly lower low right here. But look at the same point via my momentum indicator, how momentum rallied, even though it did dip back, but it did put in a higher low versus price put in a lower low. If we look over here on my cycle study, same sort of story. Higher low. So we had divergence in there, and an entry actually would have come right in this ballpark here. So we're not that far out of it. Now, one of the things though I want to point out here at the moment is the fact that the market is up against resistance of my moving averages here. This cyan colored line is the 21 SMA, and the yellow dashed line is the 13 EMA, and both of those are sitting right here, and the market is on those at the moment. Right above it here via this daily chart is this horizontal resistance level. Now you'll note the market is of course just below that here at the moment, but we also have this huge area that I have highlighted via that ellipse, and that is very possible that the market wants to move into that zone. If it does, it won't run into any resistance here via this daily chart until up at the bottom of this red resistance zone that I have highlighted right here. The moving averages, the 50 SMA and my 89 SMA are angled down, but they are fairly well spread apart here. So it's likely the market will want to test that sooner than later. Now, here's the caveat to this. Because the market is against resistance here, we could see a bit of a reaction. In other words, something like here, maybe come back down to this area here before ramping into this area. But let's look at the weekly chart now and see what it has to tell us. Where's the energy in the market? And the energy in the market to me via this daily chart is right here, is angled to the upside. You see that? On both of these indicators, they measure energy, and at the moment the energy is to the upside. So let's go to the weekly chart. Now via this weekly chart, you can see that the energy is angled up here as well. So we're showing energy on the higher time frame to the upside. And notice this, these are the same drawings that appeared on the daily chart here on the weekly, and you can see that again we have a lot of room to the upside here. In fact, we could actually bring this down a little bit here right across the real bodies of all of these candles, so that really helps signify the importance of the zone marked off by the ellipse. And notice how that comes in right at the halfway point. So that would be our first target right in there, the halfway point of that ellipse, and you can see that comes in about 1.17714, right in that ballpark. So we have energies to the upside. We can see that the market is trying to ramp up. It is against this resistance right here. I talked about that via the daily chart, but we do have energy at the moment to the upside. So let's now go down. We'll go down below the daily chart. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. Okay, so of course this is a support zone that I have marked off down here, this green area. And if I move the camera a bit to the left, you'll see the low right there that was made right back here on May 29th, right there. Okay, so we have this huge double bottom. A little hard to get everything on the camera here at the moment, but you get the idea. So again, you can see we've ramped up off the double bottom as we saw on the other time frames, and really have kind of consolidated right here. Bottom of the ellipse, here's that horizontal line. Also note on this time frame on the 4-hour chart, we have resistance of the 89 SMA that comes right in there at the bottom of the ellipse, which is an important area, as well as that dashed yellow line. So at the moment, the 89 SMA, you can see that's at 1.1688. That is about 22 pips above where the market is at the moment. But again, in this time frame, we have energy to the upside. This is waned just a little bit, but it is green, meaning that energy is to the upside. It will rotate. As you can see here, it's come off the high. So the thing I'm watching for is for momentum within this time frame to take out this high, put in a new swing high above this, and we will see price come up and test this area if that indeed does happen. So here's the other thing though. Let's check this out. We'll come over here to this high. Note this swing high right here. Let's draw a trend line. And notice how the indicators holding that area as a swing low potentially. So we got to keep an eye on that. That's what I'll be watching here. Now, before we end the video tonight, let's go down to the 60-minute chart and see what it has to tell us. All right, you can see clearly that I have this triangle pattern marked off. You could see it on the other time frames, but it stands out a bit more here. So with any triangle pattern, we want to see at least 2 touches on the trend line that's drawn underneath price as well as the trend line above price. So here we have the touch right here as well as right here, and on the upside here and here. Now, I'm not a big fan of trying to buy triangle patterns on the breakouts. I much prefer a retracement and a retest. This is a 60-minute chart, so I will be watching for that to occur, and if it does, I will look to get on board. That would also allow the cycle study within this time frame to rotate back down and hook up off of support, and this is kind of the support area right in here. Let me draw that out for you one more time, make it a little bit clearer. But you can see right through here and how that ties in right there at the bottom line of the triangle pattern. So I'll be watching for that this week. We'll look for some rotation and possible moves to the upside. I talked a little bit about the resistance that is there and how that may limit a potential move. You can see within this time frame, because it is Sunday night, we have no momentum in the market. Everything's flat, moving sideways here. So it'd be interesting to see how this pans out over the next several days. All right, so that's going to do it for this week. Again, this is the Euro USD. Keep an eye on it. Watch for a little bit of a retracement and a possible further move to the upside. That's going to do it for this time around. I'm Jim Prince. God bless. We'll see you again next time.